Hi lovely soul, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do something different because I wanted to speak on a topic that have been on my mind lately, and that is how we can deal with toxic people. Unfortunately, toxic people are everywhere in our surroundings. They can be in our family, they can be in our friends, they can be in our relationships, they can be in our work environment. Some of them we can avoid, but some of them we can't. I wanted to start with the fact that you should always stand up for yourself, you should put boundaries, but never do it on the level that they do. Being mistreated, for example, if someone is yelling at you constantly, they're nagging at you in some way, they're trying to manipulate you, they're verbally abusing you, whatever is the situation, this does not excuse you doing the same back. This is not how you deal with that situation. If we take the example with screaming and someone is screaming at you, the moment you start screaming back, you're already giving away your power, and this is only harming you. The way you should deal with that situation is always calmly and coming from a sense of inner peace and from a sense of kindness, even if the person in front of you is not doing the same. Don't mirror them, they're not the example. You shouldn't try to hurt them back because this is then an inevitable cycle. And if you're more emotionally mature and intelligent, I would imagine you would treat the person in front of you differently than they do. And that would get a much better reaction, because if you're both screaming, then there's not really communication happening. Also, yes, every force in nature has equal by force and opposite in direction force back. So every action has a reaction. Newton here, but this is not how it works with emotional exchange. And those people, however they're acting, maybe they're trying to manipulate you, they're constantly nagging at you, they're constantly picking on you, and they're criticizing you to the point that they're driving you insane. And this is called reactive abuse. And how this occurs is someone is constantly triggering you. They're doing it so much that at one point, the moment they slightly push your buttons, and they know your buttons very well if they have been triggering you for a long time, you just burst. You have an extreme reaction to something small, and that would make you be the villain, and they would use that against you immediately. So don't let them get that reaction, because that is sometimes the point. And other times it doesn't really benefit anyone. And my biggest weapon, my top secret, something that works every time, and it's something that it's not easy to achieve, but once you become a master of it, you become a master of your emotions, you become a master of your life, and that is detachment. Detachment is the biggest weapon you can use against toxic people, because of course in some situations you can just completely cut them off. For example, there is someone that is not really integrated in your friend group, or you don't have, it's a relationship that you don't really have mutual assets, for example, and you're still in the beginning of the relationship. There are situations where that can be completely cut off. If it's a toxic boss, then start looking for a new job, because no amount of money is worth getting treated in a way that is disrespectful. And I can guarantee you, you will feel much better if you go somewhere. Even if you start from point scratch, zero, you can still build up and feel so much better and perform so much better in a place that you feel that your actions and your efforts are being appreciated. But unfortunately, in other situations, those people are there and we can't really escape them. We cannot completely cut them out of our lives, because in a lot of cases, they're our own parents, or they are people that are a part of our friend group and you have to kind of tolerate, or you, of course, you cannot just quit your job and immediately change it, so you have to tolerate a colleague or a boss for at least a while. And as I said, that is where detachment comes. And first, you have to be really assured in who you are, because those people are really good at seeing through you, seeing where your points of triggering are, and where are your points of self-consciousness that they can pick on and they can point in you so that they can affect you. Because nothing they say to you would affect you if you don't believe them. Then any effort to abuse you in any way, it just wouldn't work. It simply wouldn't work, because you put that barrier, you put that boundary, and you're so still and secure in yourself, that person is powerless. This is when you take the power back. Lesson number one: don't get down on their level, don't get in those lower energies and emotions. And I know that it's not easy, especially if that person is constantly around you for you to keep calm, or if they're being extremely emotionally abusive and manipulative. At one point, they'll get this reaction bad, and they'll use this against you, and they'll point you as the bad guy, and they will antagonize you. And they can use this with your mutual friends, they can use this with your family members, they can use this with your colleagues and be like, oh, see what I meant? See how this person is treating me? Wow, this is only a fraction of how they actually treated you. But you got down on their level, you got to do the same back. And this is not really helpful. As I said, it's quite the opposite. So this doesn't mean to simply just stay there, to simply just take the disrespect. No, definitely no. Always stand up for yourself, but do it with dignity. Do it from a sense of self-worth, not from a sense of ego. And that's when those people, you'll see how they're just powerless. They're simply just powerless. And they might get more angry, they might get even more reactive, because you're so detached. They simply cannot affect you anymore. Don't let them drag you down with them. And also, don't let them use this against you, because then they might actually try to manipulate you as well, not only other people around you, but your own perception, and be like, see how you're treating me, see how you're the bad guy. Oh, I'm the victim now. And they love being the victim like that. It's just amazed me how someone can be so abusive, hostile, and reactive, but they are so blind, and they would actually believe it. They would convince themselves they are the victim in the situation. It's honestly, once you get detached from it, it's kind of funny to to watch, but it's also sad. It's also sad, because you need to have some sort of empathy and sympathy for those people, not because they deserve it, but because you need to understand them. Because no person that is healthy on the inside, no person that loves themselves would ever treat another human being in that way. So that person is broken in some way, maybe in their childhood, maybe later on in life. It's only excuses because we're the ones who control our reactions to situations, and they use that to excuse their own bad behavior rather than grow. And now, if you get down on their level, you're doing the same. So please don't do that, but stay in your power. And don't be the one to just simply take it, because then this is also enabling them to continue doing it. So detachment doesn't mean don't take any action. No, say, hey, you shouldn't treat me like this. I don't like the way you're talking to me. Lower your voice, please. I see that you're trying to manipulate me. You said something else the other day. You're trying to establish different boundaries now. You're overstepping my boundaries. You can always assert yourself, but you can do it in a calm and articulated manner. And that is when they lose their power. There is nothing they can say, because first, they cannot accuse you of being reactive. They cannot hold on anything to antagonize you. And even if they don't respect what you're saying, the fact that you're saying it and you stay in your ground and they don't affect you, it's going to change their mind slowly but surely, because at this point they're just hitting their head against the wall, and they're putting their energy out in nothing, because they can feed off the negative energy that they raise in you, because they're so low in theirs that this is how they make themselves feel better. Also, those toxic people can be everywhere, even the cashier at the local supermarket. And if they're acting grumpy, just continue smiling at them. Say, hi, how are you? Have a good day. You just irritate them, but don't let them make you act in the same grumpy way back. Just be you, just be that shine. But if the situation is extreme and that is really affecting your mental health, that is truly affecting your well-being, that is affecting your self-worth, don't be afraid to cut people off, even if they're part of your family members, even if they're one of your oldest childhood friends, even if it's your boss. If it's getting too much, cut them off completely, because as hard as it seems, the moment you get this person out of your life, you would realize slowly throughout time, how could I even accept that treatment? How would I allow someone to treat me with that disrespect, and I would allow it on a daily basis? Because once you get detached from the situation and you look back from an objective point of view, you realize how that was so, that was inhumane. That should have never happened. And you will be proud of yourself, even if it's hard in the beginning, even if you're stressed out of how other people would react. Then some people will get you to, oh, but this person is not that bad, or they're your parent, you shouldn't do that. You know best. You truly know best. So respect your own opinion and feelings first, because you're the first one who would do that, and then other people would follow you. And also, trust me, those people always show their real face. And even if they're pretending to be nice to the people around them, trust me, every mask fall down at some point. They would see it eventually, even if they're really good actors or tricksters. The truth always comes out. And the fact is, even if it doesn't, you'll know the truth for yourself, which is the most important thing, because you're doing this for yourself. So again, if the situation is really bad and you see that there is no other option, just completely block this person, cut them out of your life, move, change your job, break up with them, whatever the situation is. If you have to, call authorities, because I've been in a situation where people, they don't take no for an answer. And sometimes you have to do what you have to do. I really hope this is not such an extreme case, but still, if you have to, there are multiple organizations that deal with severe abuse where you feel like you cannot escape out of the situation. But the truth is, there is always an exit, and you just have to find the power in yourself to walk through it. And I truly hope you do, and I hope you do it with dignity, with detachment, and from a sense of self-love and self-respect. And hold your power back. Show them who the real boss is. And remind yourself that you deserve to be treated better, and treat yourself better first, of course, and that would reflect in all the people around you. But yeah, I just quickly wanted to join in and speak on the topic. I hope someone found it helpful. What I'm aiming here is to just be, your therapist friend. If you haven't yet, you can subscribe to my channel. You can give this video a like. You can let me know what other topics you want advice or just my opinion on. And I hope you have a great rest of your date. Maybe you're going on a date. Good for you. Hope you're having a great rest of your day or night. And hopefully I'll see you another time. Bye bye.